perfumes over to the Statue of the Seven. Mr. Zhongli's probably been waiting a while.
Got you.
We've brought the perfumes, Mr. Zhongli. Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the statue.
Oh, you're back. Don't worry, I haven't waited long.
This man was crying.
Compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over Liyue, this was but a brief moment.
Well, how can a person compete with a statue?
I hate Pimon, bro. You're major insensitive. Like...
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfumes?
3 sets, and not 1 left.
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream. This is the second kind. The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite of mature ladies. Oh, what was that? That's the one older ladies. Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
I can't stand her.
Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form. Let's hope the Qixing can...
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
So, we finished another step in our preparations. What's next?
Next, I would like the 2 of you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
Cleansing bell?
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell. She lives near Yujing Terrace.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
Ah, I have certain reasons why I cannot be there in person.
Man, why is...
Look, just do your job, come on. I feel like if I wanted to, I can question things myself, and Pimon just like overly questions stuff for no reason. Especially when it's not your story, you know what I'm saying? What you out here questioning for, Pimon? Alright. She not running around the map, killing or nothing, and all she do is complain.
All things must change. Youngster, are you here to admire the flowers? But it's a shame. These glazed lilies have almost all wilted.
What happened to them?
Back in my day, people said that glazed lilies can read human hearts. If they heard beautiful sounds like laughter and singing, they would also bloom joyfully.
Is that so?
But if they heard too much
like how the
vile
sunrise is
gossip or
slowly
slander,
rising in the background of the game.
they would quickly wither away.
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in Liyue?
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are no small matter. Some say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that the Qixing made it all up. Others think that which lies in the deep is breaking free.
What lies in deep?
Harbor is like a mountain of dry tinder. One spark, and the fire will consume us all. Well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. Did you have something to say, youngster? Borrow something? Oh, You've come to borrow the cleansing bell, yes? Apart from that, I don't have anything of value that you youngsters might want. But
Interesting.
it was not originally mine either. That trinket used to belong to a friend of mine. I was a vain beauty when I was young, and I would pester him for that bell.
Don't tell
all the
me that
time.
he was her friend and that he's an adeptee, so that's why he's like young. That would actually be crazy.
He could not dissuade me, and so he gave it to me. But he said that if someone should come to borrow it, I must not be loath to give it away. It has been many years, and who knows how many times someone has come to borrow this bell. Still, though, I can't recall when it started. It's been a long time since anyone has come to borrow it. Oh, these old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that long.
That's right, Granny. We'll follow you back home and search for it ourselves. And, we can help with chores if you have any
I can't
too.
believe she just said that. Like, Paimon is so horrible, bro. I do not
All
like
right,
her.
children, there is no need to worry. I didn't place the bell very far away.
Do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this is you.
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot? My entire household is in here.
How does that work? Hey, that's rude.
I'm rude? Wow.
And even if it was like that, it must be a very expensive.
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot.
This Granny's so weird. What does she mean her whole household is
She
in
has
it?
a seal
Is she
inside her
playing with us?
teapot. That makes so much sense. How did I not see that coming?
Where are we? What just happened?
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Whoa! That's what Granny's place. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while. Sorry to trouble you children. Please don't an old lady clean up.
This should be a breeze.
Did you notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place?
Doesn't matter. Quick way to break rocks. Or throw them off completely. That works too. There we go.
You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old Granny could also be an adeptus?
I mean, Is it that hard to believe?
Paimon's more and more convinced that she's an Adeptus. But don't they all live in Pyongyang Park?
I doubt it.
Why would she stay in the city?
Yes, I think there's a difference between Adeptus and then the special Adeptus that help pretty much carve the entire thing with the contract that they made with him.
Windblade!
Think you can get away? Nice fight!
Windblade!
And kill him. Oh wow, more of them. How great. Gotta do this.
Time for takeoff. Here we go. Yeah. How rude. Bubba, get them. Come on, we can do it.
Not that matters.
I'm the frying pan.
Boom.
Let's play. How many levels does this teapot have?
Look, don't worry about it.
It
You're
would
not
be
fighting,
nice
Pimon.
if we had one of these too. Or at least we wouldn't have to camp outside.
We camp outside? That's just horrible.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet. Oh, now, let me see. How did this opening work again?
Well then, that was a pretty fun teapot to get.
Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick. An Adeptus. Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to whether I am one or not, child, surely you already understand.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean, but is also kinda confused. Are you really giving us the bell just like that, Granny? Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis and then...
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless Adepti.
Oh, so she's been around
No
thousands
matter
of years.
what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other. To cry, catch the murderer at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is what is wrong-headed. Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters into their own hands.
Ooh.
So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell?
Hey! It belongs to Granny!
Be
We're
quiet,
supposed to return
Pimon.
what we borrow.
Oh, let you keep it. You really are a friend. But this bell gets homesick sometimes. Who knows? It might find its way back into these old hands. Well, You must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return. Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
We will. Thanks, Granny.
Her name is Madam Ping, and you keep calling her Granny. And then Paimon calls me rude. Yo, like, oh my gosh. She needs to just be boiled and cooked in a pot. That's it. Tired of her. They need to add a non-Paimon companion mode. So they need to add like hardcore or like the extreme difficulty for.
Indeed.
Yeah.
This is the cleansing bell. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside. Of course.
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk, oh, yes, that'll... If you have the time, you can come over.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. There are none better for brewing tea. When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a visit.
So what's the next step in our preparation?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Ooh, Paimon loves kites. Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
No. Kites are children's
Watch
toys,
him be like
yes,
the son of Rex.
but they
That
also
would be
play
so
various
crazy.
symbolic roles in Liyue's rituals.
That would actually kind of be interesting and make sense too, because like we already have an Archeon god and other Archon gods. Like father died, now he's taking part. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be lit.
I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the kites first.
Oh, sure. Curiouser and curious.
And make it? Yep, made it. Perfect.
Ah, sir, you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order. Would you like...
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days...
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him. He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy watching the children. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over thousands of years. I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent the 7.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the Animo Archon. As for the kite that honors the Geo Archon, one must follow the contract given right down to the last letter. These patterns are ancient, and you can also find them in the Golden House.
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before. Huh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp
Paimon
on the
needs to stop
cyclicality
talking,
and
bro.
eternity so dear to the Electro Archon.
Mm.
These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom and the passage of time. All this on a single kite. Truly astonishing. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame, as does that which the Cryo-Archon once... Yes, these details are masterfully done.
The compliment.
Well then, Granny Shan, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
Well, allow me.
Oh, here he comes.
Hey, it's Child!
No, I was merely passing through. I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at the price tag nor his wallet. He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen. Or perhaps, you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
How has he not died of hunger?
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kites without incident, there's no need to take a break before moving to the next step. The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should be able to find some people near the harbor.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know what I mean. Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
So he out here doing some weird stuff, huh? That's interesting.
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always... So what's the...
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Yujing Terrace. They aren't uncommon objects, so I didn't...
No problem. That'll be 20,000 mora for a single trip. How does that sound?
Done.
Huh? No, no. How about a bit more? This amount isn't worth going out of the way. Let me think. Deal. This price is
Man
reasonable.
tried to jump us.
I'll hop
It's
right
crazy.
to it.
I wonder if that actually takes from my money. That's an interesting question. It might. That he actually might give me money and it takes from my money. We'll see about that next quest, actually. So. Oh. Went the wrong direction, I guess.
But you didn't let me finish. Should I save this money or invest it?
Hiring help? Sure.
Adventure. Venture.
That's not hard.
A most fair price.
Five geocrystal flies. Yes, I do think it's worth about...
Alright, now let's check. No, it doesn't. That would have actually been a pretty crazy implement. They give us money, and we possibly keep the leftovers, depending on what they are. That would actually be really cool. But... Alrighty then. What character is it? Ah, they're back there.
A full day of odd jobs at Yujing Terrace.
Whoa, that's
Hero of Mondstadt?
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus, I will simply pay the whole sum.
This price will do. No lost.
Cool. Save the money.
Should I save this money or invest it?
Hmm. Should I save this money or invest it? That's pretty funny.
A toast to our success.
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor for the Fatui should never...
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No!
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
What info do you need?
No.
Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after? Yikes! You're right! Signora!
Trash.
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere...
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy, the finest pharmacy. Is everything okay?
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus Mora. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
Yeah, cause you talk too much, bro. I need to put a muzzle on Paimon, bro. Paimon needs a muzzle. Well, we're gonna cut this one for a bit, and we're gonna keep going into the next one. So, let's go. Throw a tornado.